A few years ago, Kia did something that genuinely shocked the car world. It launched an electric car so good-looking, so fast, and so clever that it started beating the established premium brands at their own game. That car was the EV6, and it has just been given a thorough update to keep it at the very top. The thing that makes it special is its sheer breadth, because the same basic car can be a sensible, long-range family cruiser, or, in one mad version, a genuine tire-shredding supercar slayer. This is the updated EV6, and it might still be the most complete electric car you can buy. Visually, the update is subtle but effective. The EV6 was always a stunner with that sleek, low-slung, almost coupe-like crossover shape and a dramatic light bar stretching across the tail. For this refresh, Kia has tweaked the front end with a sharper, more modern face and added some new colors and wheel designs. The proportions are still gorgeous, the stance is planted and purposeful, and it still looks fantastic, futuristic, and far more expensive than it is. The kind of car that turns heads in a way most family electric cars simply do not. It is proof that practicality and genuine desirability can absolutely coexist, and it remains one of the best-looking electric cars on the road at any price. Inside, it is a similar story of evolution, not revolution. You get a pair of large, curved digital screens flowing across the dashboard, a clean and modern layout, and a real sense of quality. The cabin feels airy and spacious, thanks to that long wheelbase and flat electric floor, with loads of room for those in the front and plenty for passengers in the back too. The materials are good, the technology is slick and responsive, and it is a genuinely lovely place to spend time on a long journey. But it is not flawless. That sloping, coupe-like roofline does eat into rear headroom a little, so very tall adults in the back may find it a touch snug. And like a lot of modern cars, some of the climate controls are touch-based rather than physical, which takes a moment to learn. If detailed, honest electric car reviews are what you came for, do hit subscribe. But here is where the EV6 pulls properly ahead of most rivals, and it is the bit that matters most in daily ownership. This update brings a bigger battery, around 84 kilowatt hours, which pushes the range of the most efficient version up to a genuinely excellent 319 miles. But the real party trick is the charging. The EV6 uses advanced 800-volt technology, which means that when you find a powerful enough charger, it can go from 10 to 80% in under 18 minutes. Let that sink in. That is barely longer than a coffee and a comfort break, and it utterly transforms long-distance travel, all but eliminating the charging anxiety that puts so many people off going electric. And then, for the thrill seekers, there is the EV6 GT. This is the monster of the range, with two electric motors producing a frankly absurd 641 horsepower, enough to fire it to 60 miles an hour in around 3.5 seconds. That is genuine supercar pace in a practical family car. The same EV6 that can be a sensible commuter can also embarrass a sports car at the lights. So what are the catches beyond that slightly tight rear headroom and the touch controls? Well, the main one is simply price, because while the entry models are keenly priced, that flagship GT is seriously expensive, climbing close to $60,000, which is a lot of money. And the cheapest standard range version, with its smaller battery and detuned motor, is noticeably slower and shorter-legged than the ones you really want. So you do need to choose your version carefully. None of that undermines the fundamental brilliance of the car, but they are the honest things to weigh up before you buy. So, the verdict on the updated Kia EV6. This was already one of the very best electric cars on sale, and the bigger battery, the longer range, and the sharper looks have only strengthened that case. It is beautiful, it is spacious, it charges almost unbelievably quickly, and it offers a spread of versions that runs all the way from sensible family transport to outright supercar baiting performance. There are very few cars at any price that are this talented, this flexible, and this desirable all at once. The competition has caught up in places, but the EV6 remains the complete package and one of the easiest electric cars in the world to recommend.